At this time, this is hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Brace Radio Africa on this very special edition of the program ASHFORD got it live tonight on Brace Radio Africa this beautiful Saturday night as we come to you from Detroit. This is yours truly. Very shortly, as soon as we get signal from with special guests, you will see them live via Brace Radio Africa. Welcome, invite a few friends so that we can together have a great time tonight. Oh man. Again, don't be selfish, okay? Share the video. Invite a few friends. Mr. Athen Perry, how are you tonight, my brother? How's the madam? Patience Day Slow is seated the judge herself. A lot of folks getting ready for the show tonight. I'm telling you, we are going to have a blast. Said no to rape in Liberia. Protect our daughters. Protect our sisters. Protect our mothers. Protect our wives. It's time to speak out against rape in Liberia. Just in case you're celebrating your birthday tonight, I'd like to say congratulations and let us show hope that you live to see many, many more birthdays to come. All right, this one comes from the management staff of Brace Radio in Africa. I want to say congratulations to Ms. Priscilla Idrich Johnson of North Dakota, Fargo. She celebrated her birthday yesterday. Congratulations, Priscilla. And let us show her that you will live to see many, many more birthdays to come. Pretty sure you had a great time yesterday, or are you continuing the celebration on today? Folks, you are in for a treat tonight. Monday, we're going to play host to our senatorial aspirant for Nima County, Mrs. Edith Gonklo Ware. She will be our special guest on Monday. Then on Tuesday, we'll have Samuel P. Jackson in our studio. And everything goes well, we'll have Grace Goat and Margaret Johnson on Wednesday. In the meantime, folks, make yourselves free at home. Share the video, invite a few friends. By way of introduction, this is the brother who doesn't eat iron, but he's definitely stronger than the lion. That's why they call him the giant. That now you know being guarded. The medicine of the microphone, the golden voice of Liberia. It feels great to be back home. Very shortly, our guests will be live on Brace Radio Africa. Let's have fun. Invite a few friends, grab something to drink, get the popcorn rolling. Oh, man. Ezekiel Rappers is in the building. Standard is also your Jefferson Zen. The man Philip Baswad is in the building as well. Lemon Shepherd is also here. I'm pretty sure you're all set tonight for this very important show tonight. And that's right. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to say hello and welcome to a special edition of the program, Ashford Garley Live, on this beautiful Saturday night as we come to you from Detroit. I know some heard the name and some heard people talk about him, but you've got an opportunity tonight, folks, to join us. Tonight we have with us uh, Pete M. Cook, the man of all counties. He's in the news. He has been in the news for the last several days. He has been accused of rape. Now, you're innocent until proven guilty. Now, some of the critics also plan to be on the show tonight. So at this time, ladies and gentlemen, please join me as we introduce to you Mr. Pete M. Cook, the man of all counties. Pete, hello and welcome to the show.
How are you, sir? Mr. Garley, thank you very much for your show, and I thank you for this opportunity to appear on your show to make certain clarifications about false allegations that certain individuals are making against me because of political rhetorics, because of my advocacy. They have decided to tarnish my reputation, my good reputation. So I'm here. They'll listen to whatsoever is on the board.
But the first of you are not a part of any political party, correct?
I'm the mayor for all the counties. That cannot be changed.
Now, why do you think people want to go after you because of political reason? Why do you think that?
You see, like I tell people, I support all political parties. And because I support all political parties, I tell them, and I'm neutral. But my neutrality will not deter me from criticizing any political party or any group when they are wrong. It will not deter me from commending any group when they are right. So my advocacy differs from a lot of other advocates. So and I tell people I'm of all the tribes in Liberia, and I'm from all the counties. Because of this title, there are some people who are disgruntled. They are claiming that I'm not from all the counties. I'm from one county, and they're making. I say they have shown me that they do not appreciate me even saying that I'm from all the counties. So I think that's what bringing the problem.
Now, what do you stand when it comes to rape in Liberia? Our country is bleeding, and we can't seem to get our arms around this situation in Liberia. Where do you stand?
If you come on my page, you will see these few days I've been talking against rape. Rape is wrong, very, very wrong for our country. As a matter of fact, this last demonstration, I even made a video and conscientized the Liberian people that this last demonstration for the rape case, it was not for any political party. It was not a demonstration that certain groups were supposed to be told not to attend that demonstration. It was a demonstration that was supposed to be open to even foreigners in our midst, because even foreigners, like I tell my people, it is the responsibility of the government to even protect foreigners in our country. And Liberians in the confine of our country. So that demonstration, I made a video a couple of days ago. They were very wrong for even telling Daos Dillon or attacking him for attending that demonstration. They were wrong for attacking Samuel Twe or telling him not to attend. They were wrong for telling Ellen Johnson not to attend. I said, even the Lebanese in our midst, the Indians, the Nigerians, the Sierra Leoneans, the Ghanaians, everybody should have attended. They had the right to attend that rape because it was something that concerns the entire nation and everybody that live in our nation. It is people do not distinguish when they're committing crimes. They could commit crimes on even Lebanese, Indians, Nigerians, Ghanaians, Sierra Leoneans, whosoever in our country. So it was a demonstration that's supposed to be open to all cabinet ministers. You couldn't even bar cabinet minister for attending. The vice president, the president, and it was a demonstration that was intended to stop rape in the Republic of Liberia, and it should concern everyone, not only Liberians, but everyone living in Liberia. And that's what I said. It seems as though that didn't even go well with some people.
What do you make of some of your critics who say you are a hypocrite? You are on yet advocating against rape when it is alleged that you yourself were involved in rape in Liberia. What do you say to them?
I said, because I was never involved in rape. I was never ever. This is why I'm on your show today, for you to give the whosoever the perpetrators or whosoever say I raped them, for them to come on and say.
So,
That's why I'm on your show.
so what do you make of this story? Bring us up to speed. In 1990, first off, how old you were in 1990?
I don't think that one got to listen. Listen to me.
No, I'm asking the question, Mr. Cook. How old you were in 1990?
Well, I cannot tell now, but let me tell you something.
No, listen, you just turned 70, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So they mean 1990, how old you were? You should know.
Oh.
I proceed at 50?
Yeah, but listen.
No,
let me just say this before I tell you my age.
You can come in, Mr. Cook. If you are 70, it means 1990 you were adult, 49 or 50 years old, correct?
Yeah, I think I was in my 40s. And whosoever I had a relationship with, they were 19 at the time.
No. According to what we gather, based on our research, whoever you had a relationship with was between 15 turning 16 years old back then.
No. As I was told, she was 19. She was 19.
Is that what she told you?
Yes.
Okay.
Because she was 19. And she and the individual even told me she had a relationship with an assistant minister who was working at the Ministry of Public Works at the time.
It doesn't matter who she had a relationship with. The question I'm trying to establish the legal age of.
She was 19. Okay. She was 19.
According to 19. You, 19. Now,
yes,
Mr. Prince Dober, we managed to get in contact with him. It happens to be a relative of this young lady, and he's on yet tonight. So please permit me to introduce Prince Dober, and then you can continue from where you were, what you were about to say. Welcome, Mr. Dober. Go ahead now, Mr.
Thank you, Mr. Garley.
Go ahead, Mr. Cook.
Let me just say this. I personally will want you to get to the epics. I mean, get to the problem of this allegation.
And that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. We're trying to establish and set out the basis, and then we'll go from there. You know, you can't just get up and so go ahead.
During the crisis in Liberia, we left and went to my hometown, Tala. And my cousin, who was former Minister of Information in the Doe government, Dr. Kitawe, he had some neighbors who were friendly with his children. When the war started, everybody started fleeing Monrovia. The girl I was friendly with, there were 5 brothers and sisters, 3 girls, 2 boys. They went into Tala, my hometown, for safety with Dr. Kitawe. And I was there too. And in that place in Tala too, we had some people from Nimba also went there too. I had some relatives married to a gentleman from Nimba, and other guys from Nimba had some relationship, they went there too. As a matter of fact, one of the guys who from Nimba who also took refuge there, his name was a Don. So we changed the name to a Jackson. So we said that anybody who would come here and ask if anybody here from Nimba, we should say that nobody there from Nimba. We were all there one day in the house. The rebels came and took over our town. And we all ran under the tree. Mistakenly, before running under the tree, they asked me where you were. I said Ministry of Finance. So when we got under the tree, they asked, who the man who said you working Ministry of Finance? I said, oh, no, I didn't say I was working Ministry of Finance. I said I was working the Jalapra Bank. And we all laughed about it. So we were hiding the identity of people who were Crown and people who were Gio, because we didn't know the tribe of these rebels who they could kill. So some of the Nimba boys who were there will even change their name. Like I said, we changed a Don name to a Jackson. And everybody there who they attest, they said to them, "Oh, this man now he was never working in government. He was working to a private bank." Anyway, we stayed there and we went through the crisis. When we were there, I saw this young lady, and we started a relationship. Like I said, her brothers and I, we used to go pull the cleaner to Bravo Sport, and we started a relationship. She told me she was 19, and she even had a formal relationship with some minister at the Ministry of Public Works. We became friends, but then when we became friends, it was a time that we all had to leave. I left and went to Freetown and went to Liberia and went back to Ghana. So when I went back Liberia, I learned that she had conceived with my relatives in my hometown, Tala. But then at that time, they couldn't allow men to go to Cape Mount. No men could leave Maria to go Cape Mount. I sent a relative of mine who paid her way with the baby, and they came to Monrovia. And they stayed with my sister for about 2 weeks. Then she located her aunt, who was in the army, and she started stopping with her aunt on the beach from the city hall. I used to go there every day. I was there every day. But one night I went there in the night, and I saw her sitting with the Ghana. At that time, it was Ghana ECOMOG controlling the gate at the city hall. I saw her sitting on the beach right in front of the house with some ECOMOG soldiers. So somebody pinched me. They said, "Oh, that she was friendly with one of those soldiers, the Ghana ECOMOG." I said, "Why?" I got afraid. So I told her, I said, "Well, I cannot continue the relationship. I cannot come here again because I'm afraid for my life." So when I said that to her, a couple of times, she even went to my office. She went to Ministry of Finance, and when she see one time she met a lady there that she got annoyed and bent grumble. I have to even let my secretary take the lady and pass her through. Anyway, the high happy. Anyway, then this particular lady left. I was supporting her, supporting the child, but I told her I wasn't going back there again because I'm afraid of my life. When I found out, they told me that she was going over there to get ECOMOG soldiers. But there, when they were there in my hometown, her 3 sisters and 2 brothers, we all had a wonderful relationship. We used to hustle together to let food to eat. We used to, during the war, we used to all, I mean, they were all accepted there. And I can remember my father-in-law was there when she got pregnant. He used to sit under the tree with her. "Tell me really who pregnant you?" So she couldn't talk, because my wife was there too. So
Mr.
anyway,
Cook,
yeah.
hold on 1 minute.
Mm-hmm.
Let me bring in Mr. Prince Dorber, who happens to be a cousin to this lady.
Okay.
Now, you said the lady told you that she was 19 years old.
Yes.
Mr. Dorber.
I didn't know her age. I watched it.
The brothers of this lady, they are all on here tonight. In fact, did you at any time, or did former minister Gitawe try to solve the thing here the family way?
No, never.
Nobody attempted solving it in the family way.
No, but it was no problem.
Okay.
Mr. Dewey, it was nothing where it was.
Welcome to the show.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Garley. Are you hearing me?
Loud and clear.
Thank you.
I also have Calvin Dowie, who is the brother of this lady, and I have Prince Williams, who is also the brother of this lady. Go ahead, Mr. Dorber.
Do you have the lady on? Let me ask this question. I want to hear from the lady herself.
Okay.
Not listen to me. Let me just say this.
Right. When the time is right, you hear from the lady herself. But her biological brothers are all on you, and they were in town with you. They all know the story. So
they were there. Yes,
okay.
They were there.
Yeah, Kevin was in a particular town that he mentioned. Mm-hmm. So Kevin is on the show tonight. But let me be very straight here with the age. You know me from Jarastan, ASHFORD Garley.
That's right.
I was 18. I turned 18, 1990. I'm older than Sarah 2 years.
So I posted at 16.
So she was not 19 when Mr. P is saying. So I'm older than Sarah. Sarah and
I'm
Dave
not
probably equal. They older than
I'm
Sarah
not
1 year.
I don't know her age. That's
So
what she told me.
no, I'm just telling you now. I'm just trying to set the record straight. Sarah was not 19. She was 16 at that time. I'm older than Sarah 2 years.
Like I
So
say, I'm not her parent.
obviously
I didn't know
she
her
was.
age. That's what she told me.
Mr. P, it don't matter when you go find a woman in America, you find a 16-year-old and have sex with her, and she tell you she's 20, and the law found you, you're gonna have you arrested. That one you know it. Plain blank. So let her leave the age part. I'm just trying to set the age here so people can know her age. She was 16, not 19 as she claimed.
Go ahead, Mr. Double.
Okay. So ASHFORD guy, their story was back. I lived in Minnesota for 12 years. Sarah and myself in the Brooklyn Park area. I didn't know Sarah had a kid by the name of Philip until I went to Liberia in 2008. The man was living with the girl's auntie, Madam Kedie. So when I got there, I went to there, and then she told me, "Oh, this is Sarah's son on there, Philip." So after I said, "Oh, but Sarah got a son." I didn't know. She didn't tell me. So when I came back to the States, I asked Sarah. I said, "But you got a son in Liberia, and we been here all that time. You didn't tell me." And Sarah said, "She called me already. I don't want to talk about it, Prince. Yeah, my brother, please respect me. I don't want to talk about it." So I kept pushing Sarah. I kept pushing her. I said, "Look, you got to tell me, this boy here, he's not crippled. The man out on bus, Phil is a very handsome man. You got to get in the man's life." And then the news started to get up in Minneapolis. I don't know how Pico got my number back then. He called me and said the news that is going around in Minneapolis about he raping my sister. It's not true. So he said, we got to talk. So I said, yes, because this story going out and this.
What happened?
Having internet trouble, I guess. Mr. Double, are you there? Prince Double, are you there? Prince Double, are you there? Kevin, you might want to turn your camera on. I can't see you, Kevin. We have Prince Williams on the line. As we wait for Mr. Double to readjust, Prince William, welcome to the show. You might want to unmute your phone, Prince. Prince, unmute your device.
Oh, yeah. Thank you, Mr. GARLEY. Thank you so much for allowing us to have the opportunity to discuss this thing as it is now. Thanks to the Bridge Radio family for giving us a platform that we can discuss issue that is of paramount concern. Thank you very much.
RIP RIP in Liberia has nothing to do with our political connections. I don't care which political divide that you guys from, but this has to do with a Liberian. This has to do with the increasing race situation in our country. Sarah is in the news as she was allegedly raped by Pico. What do you know about this story, Prince?
Well, first of all, I want to say that in any given cases, especially when it has to do with rape, the victim has to be protected, the victim has to be respected, and the victim has to be encouraged to have an advocacy so that that victim can be able to recover and get the justice that is due the victim. As for here, because today, you know, every family has its secret, but at some point in time, that secret, when it comes out, then it becomes everyone's secret, and everyone becomes one family. As we discuss the issue of rape in our country, the epidemic of rape, we must first of all visit the past, the essence, genesis of this issue of rape and how it became a epidemic in our country, because it is not something that is that we consider as an epidemic today is not something that is new to our society. Sarah is my sister. We grew up together, and I will tell you her story, because every victim has a story. Although the perpetrator might try to malay the character of the victim so that he can justify his devilish idea or actions, but I will tell you a story of Sarah. We grew up together. Sarah was a very, very loving, cheerful, friendly girl. She was always among us, the boys, playing, because she's tall. Sarah is as tall as I am. Very beautiful, always smiling and cheerful. And even when we were hiding for our lives and escaping the threats of being possibly slaughtered or killed because of our identity, of our tribal connections, Sarah was also always friendly, up there jumping around. But it came a time that this joyful Sarah just began dim, and it seemed that the light in her eyes just went out. Sarah never used to be as friendly, as playful as she was. Never used to be among us joviously like it used to be before. And we all never knew what happened at the time because we all were young. And the fact that is for Peter Cole, I want to ask Mr. Cole a question, and he can reserve to answer that question until I finish. How old were you at the time, Mr. Cole? How old were you at the time? Because you're telling me now that my sister was 19 years old. If Sarah was 19 years old, then I was 50 years old at the time. Then I was 50 years old at the time. Sarah was not 19 years old. We were very, very young, or tender age at the time. Okay? And one thing I want people to understand and know here, we're not bringing Sarah up here to come to discuss this thing with a perpetrator or somebody who have taken a part of her life and are taking advantage of her. We all know that the dynamics of rape is a very, very serious thing, and it has a very thin and blurry line. In America here, if you sleep with a child that is below the age of consent, it is called rape. I don't care how you explain it. It is called statutory rape. If you sleep with a child, even if that child, if you feel that child put herself out of vulnerability to you, it's even your own wife. If you have a relationship, a sexual relationship with your wife said, no, I'm done, enough, and you still continue to carry out your advances on her, it's still considered rape, because a woman is entitled to, a woman has the right to her body. A woman's body is a sacred temple. She chooses whatever she wants to do with it. If she wants to resist or not go into any further sexual advances, that's the woman's right. Until we take that, until we believe that, until we accept that, then we may confuse ourselves to be what really rape is. So, Mr. Cole, I want to say to you here that we carry this family secret, and we have carried this situation for years, and it has created a strain in our family. And even as a result of this thing, the child that proceeded, that child too has been victimized, even by you as well. In what sense? In the sense of neglect. When Sarah had this child, because Sarah was hurt because of the situation that the trauma she experienced, Sarah didn't want to have nothing to do with this child. Sarah basically was trying to avoid the child so she can forget the past of what happened. And it took my brother Kevin. Kevin took, right after the war, ASHFORD, we all were vulnerable, were young, we didn't know what to turn. Our parents were all scattered. Our older brother Kevin Dwayne, he found a place near Toyota garage. What Mr. Pete is talking about now, that my sister was sitting there with Echo Person on the beach. And we all were living at a house behind Toyota garage, almost close to 15, 20 boys. And if it wasn't for my brother Kevin Dwayne, who at a young age could have gave his youth out and went to seek gainful employment just to take care of us and provide food for us. If it wasn't for his intervention, his maturity, and stepping in. A lot of young people like myself today would have fallen victim to a circumstance. But my brother Kevin, though, he stepped in and he provided for all. He even took care of Mr. Pete's own son. And that little child knew no other father. That child knew Kevin like his own father. When Sarah was so angry or mad, that child used to be there, and Kevin used to bathe that boy, change that boy, baby, and even feed him. And at the same time, Kevin used to be calling on going to Mr. Pete's office. At the time, Mr. Pete was gainfully employed when he returned after the war to Moravia, was gainfully employed, but he refused to support this child, and he refused to pay attention to my sister. And Mr. Peter sat there today and tried to, I was saddened to hear you talking about, and my sister was. It had nothing to do with Ekoma or my sister or life. It has more to do with you, to what you did to her at a young and tender age.
Okay, I want you.
And what you did to the child as well.
Mr. Gilman, let me come on 1 minute, please.
I want you to stop. I'm not Gilman. My name is GARLEY. I want you to stop.
Mr. Garley, sorry.
Okay.
Mr. Garley, let me come on 1 minute, please.
Prince William asked you how old you were at the time, and I want you to begin from there.
Okay. I think you asked me that same question and I answered it. Mr. Garley, let me just say something quick. 1 minute, please. I will come to the climax of this. I told you last night that when I came Minnesota, let's say about like 22 years ago, I heard through a rumor that Sarah, she made this allegation against me. I became annoyed and I drove to her apartment at Point of America. I told you the story. She was living there with she got a daughter by a fellow because the baby was there with them. She and the fellow were living together. He was a nice gentleman. I knocked to their door that morning because my mother told me that she heard this story, and I became annoyed. I went to her apartment. I think that's about like 21 years ago.
Mr. Cook, we're talking about why are you bringing the after the fact thing about the woman coming from Nigeria to America?
Let me just wait, please.
Go ahead.
This is my character, please, Mr. Garley.
Okay, go ahead.
I knocked to her apartment and I told the gentleman what I went there for, who she had a daughter by. Oh, he said, oh, Red, that's true. He said, clarify it, because if that kind of thing anybody would say it, but me myself, I want to clarify it. So he called her out of the room and I asked her. She said, no, I never said anything like that. I said, but that's about my daughter mother that was on your show yesterday. So I made her, she called my daughter's mother and she started forcing her on the phone. Y'all stop lying on me. I never said something like that to anybody. Y'all got my name, talking all kind of mess about me. She got in altercation with my daughter's mother. She was lying on her. So God will have it. She got employed to the same place my daughter's mother worked. And she told you the story. Story at last. And I went there one day and she hid herself in the basement. She knew my daughter's mother. She knew me because she used to be calling my name, but she didn't. My daughter's mother didn't know her because she had a different identity. It's not this Sarah name that we're using here now, because her entire identity was changed. So luckily, God will have it. When I got there and she was hiding herself from me, a friend of hers went to visit her, and my daughter's mother went to the step and called her. So she had to come upstairs. When she came, she was trying to hide her face from me. But then I told my daughter's mother, I said, oh, that's the girl who insulted you on the phone. She said you were lying on her, that you said I raped her. She said, oh, really? But then this girl can kill her. Why she would say something like, really, you should be? I said, yeah, that's all. Anyway, then I left. But this, why I decided to repeat this story, let me tell you, I'm just telling you this now. If you cannot do this, I will have to leave the show. Last night you called me. Last night you, Mr. Garley, you called me. And you told me that Sarah, her cousins and her relatives called her to come on the show, on your show, to say whether I raped her or not. And you told me that I have it recorded. You told me that Sarah told to them, I'd never raped her, and she's not coming on your show.
Sarah,
you told me.
Listen.
Let me finish, sir.
Mr. Cook.
Yes, sir.
Sarah said that she was not coming on the show because of her identity. She has a brother that will come to defend her.
No, but it can't be. That's not what you told me, sir. That's not what you told me. I have it recorded.
Okay.
That's not what you told me. You told me, let me finish. You say, oh, my man, come on the show tomorrow. You have a point because Sarah told us her brothers called her to come on the show. She said she's not coming on the show because it's a lie that you never rape her. That's what it was you told me last night. So I'm here. Let me finish now. Let me finish. I thought you were here to bring Sarah on the show because you said you're going to clarify. If she cannot come on the show, because what all the guys are talking, it is not, they don't want to have a relationship.
Don't you think her brothers are ready to protect her identity of not coming on the show? Don't you think so? She's a victim here.
That's not what you told me last night.
Listen,
I have it recorded.
After we said that, listen,
let me finish up.
Mr. Cook, listen, Mr. Cook. After we said that and having a discussion with her brother, don't you think what they said, we could respect that by not having her on the show to protect her identity?
No, but I would want her on the show.
What were you on the show? Ask anybody who are involved in the kind of investigation. The victim's identity.
If she accusing me, she must be on the show, not them.
Protect her identity. That's what we're saying.
She said she's not a minor. She's grown. You told me last night that she told them that they lying on her. She never said anything like that. So she's not coming on the show. So what I'm asking is, I'm begging
to protect her. Mr. Calvin Dwyer, who was in Cape Mount with you, is on the line now. Calvin.
No, let me finish. If you cannot bring her on the show, according to what you told me last night, then I will discontinue on your show.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Hold on.
Can you hear me?
Go ahead. Yeah, Kevin can hear you.
Yeah. So, Pete, look me in the eye and tell me that what you are saying on this show is true. That you did not rape my sister. Are you calling what transpired in Cape Mount as a relationship? Didn't you threaten her that you were going to tell people that were crying and were in a child student community and that subjected her to a sexual relationship with you?
That's nice on me.
Have you ever supported your son? Where is he? Do you have his number? Do you know where he lives today? Can you answer any one of these questions for me?
Yes, let me answer you. Because I wanted to leave, but
do you know
respect. Let me answer you now. You know question. Just wait.
You know me, right? Don't you?
Definitely.
Okay.
For the respect of this ASHFORD GARLEY show, I will make one more comment. ASHFORD GARLEY, let me just say this. I have a number here with me. And I told you last night I was going to give you the number, but I just forgot. A lady, I first told this my son because I named him after my cousin that was killed by Prince Johnson, Philip Boyne, who was in charge of LBDR Bank. I told this my son to go and live in my house with my sister. I have a house. I have houses in Liberia, not houses. But one of my houses, I told him to go and live there with my sister.
We're not talking about houses here, Pete.
Oh, hey man, can I finish? You interrupted me now. Then I will leave your show. Then I am telling you that I told him to go and live in my houses with my sister. He refused. I have a number that I even told Mr. GARLEY I was going to give it to him. This guy left and he became a Zoko. He called me on a number about 3-4 weeks ago. After 2-3 days, I called a number and a lady answered the phone. I have the number right here with me now. And the lady told me, I told the lady, I said, that's my son. He called me from this number. I wanted to know whether that's his phone because I have sent him money before to buy a phone, but I've not heard for him for some time. She said, oh, my son brought this fellow in my house. My son became a Zoko. He was in the street. I've been praying for about almost a year. Luckily, God heard my prayer and my son came back to my house. But when he was coming, he brought this Philip boy with him in my house. And because he said the two of them were in the street. Then I told the lady, I said, wow, you mean the son tell me I'm helping other people's children. My son's, my grandson, I'm sending him to private school, paying his school fees.
Let's deal with the issue. Let's deal with the issue of Sarah.
Will you control your show? Let me ask me a question.
Listen, Pete. He asked.
I want to deal with the issue of Sarah.
Your request.
We'll talk about Philip.
Come on.
We'll talk about Philip
via audio. Would that be okay with you?
What?
Not video, but just on the telephone. Would that be okay with you?
Why?
When she come on via telephone, and to protect her identity, would that be okay with you? That's the question I'm asking.
Oh yeah, because if she make false allegation against me, I would take legal action.
Kevin, you're pretty trying to get Sarah on the phone.
You stand a risk right now.
Because
Let me tell you the fact. Let me tell you
I got witnesses that she
Hold on, Mr. Cook.
Go ahead.
Peter, you have opened a Pandora box.
Oh yeah, definitely. No, I know. I got witnesses. I got witnesses that the woman said that they lied.
We have witnesses.
Can he explain? You can come in,
we
Mr.
have witnesses.
You say you bringing a woman up.
Mr. Cook, please listen.
Mr. Getawa is still here. Ina, Tata, Miada, all of them, they are here. They were on the farm. They know. Your brother, Bo, he's right in Minnesota, he knows. Even Doc knows the story. And you know the embarrassment it caused the family. You know that.
That's a lie.
The embarrassment you have caused the family.
No embarrassment. No embarrassment.
You can come in, Mr. Let him finish. You can come in and talk.
Now that you have opened the Pandora box, will not rest until you. Let me let you know. The FBI is aware of this whole story because it's part of my asylum that I wrote in this country. Let me let you know.
Okay.
And so we will get to you.
So good.
We will get to you, and you will face the full weight of the law, no matter how long it has taken.
Oh
because
yes, because I was going to do that too. But it's so good you did it.
Yeah, you will face the full weight of the law. Quote me tonight. For raping my sister, you're not going to go free.
Okay, fine. That's what I want.
You're not going to go free. I heard you lying on the show last night that Sarah had two relationships and you are not sure whether the boy was your son. Philip, you want to doubt that Philip is your son also? You want to doubt that? Can you? Yeah. Can you look me in the eyes here and doubt that Philip is your son so I'll produce his picture? Not only the picture, I can send to Monroe today.
Son,
where he is. I can tell you where he is, and I can tell you, and we can do a DNA test.
No, in all fairness, Mr. Dwayne, Mr. Cook said he spoke to Philip 3 weeks ago.
He doesn't know where Philip is. All that he's saying is a lie. Philip was in prison until I went to Liberia in 2017 and freed Philip from prison. Do you know that? When last have you given Philip?
I'm waiting for you to bring Sarah on.
The thing is, the fact that Peter will come on here and say that having a sexual relationship with a minor is not rape and it's a consent.
Gentlemen,
it's something.
Prince, Kevin, hold on. Kevin, can I come in? Kevin. Okay, listen. Mr. Cook wants Sarah to come on, and for the protection of her identity, we can bring her via audio. Can any of you guys call Sarah to come on?
Let me say this. I could do that, but I must protect my sister.
She doesn't have to come via video. She doesn't have to come via video. You
got to come on video. Your call on the phone.
ASHFORD, the discussion here was meant. The discussion was meant to gather the facts, and Peter Cole is now claiming that she had a sexual relationship with minor under circumstances.
Can you bring her on, please?
Okay, now,
bring her on the phone. I want to hear that, please.
Mr. Cook, when you met Sarah in 1990, she said to you she was 19 years old, correct?
My sister, who's next to me, who was also there, she's here. I can bring her on the
Mr. GARLEY, I beg your indulgence.
So why
you
would
bring
all these
you don't have to bring her?
Listen, Mr. Cook. Mr. Cook, listen. You did not.
Not
say you
come, but
didn't-
yes, my sister.
You said you had a
She's right here.
relationship with this lady in 1990, but she was 19 years old, correct? And then you went for the you didn't know her age, correct?
She listen to me. The subject matter here is she was not raped, and you have to bring her on to say whether she was raped or not. If you cannot bring her on, then I have to leave the show.
Mr. Cook, that should not be the basis that you live in. You are yet to exonerate yourself. According to you, she was 19 years old in 1990. Excuse me, man. What is your name? Hello, man. What is your name?
Yeah, you know her?
Wait, Bana? ASHFORD?
You know her? Talk.
ASHFORD knows me too.
No, I know. They're asking Pete. Pete, do you know the lady?
Hello?
No.
Pete, you don't know this lady?
I want Sarah on.
Pete, you don't know me.
You know what happened?
You don't know
Kevin
me.
and Quay. Kevin and Quay. You know what?
Wait,
They think you take.
hold on 1 second. How can you say you don't know me when you got behind me first? I didn't want you. I didn't want your whatever advances you are making, and you went after my sister. How dare you say you don't know me?
Hey, listen to me.
No, Pete, it's not funny. The truth is, we were seeking refuge, and you used that as an advantage to get to my sister when she was yet a child. So you don't have anything to defend, because in 2009, I remember vividly in 2009, you called me and said something negative about, you said my brother was going after you, and my brother was not even trying to go after you. And I talked to Mrs. Getawe, who asked me to let it go. And you wanted me to be a witness against my sister, and I couldn't do that because what you were citing wasn't true. So how dare you say you don't know me?
Okay, let me just say this.
Peter Cook, you don't know me, Peter Cook, you don't know me?
How can you know me? I don't know her.
I'm not seeing you.
We're all there.
Okay, let me just say this.
What's wrong with you?
Can I say this to you guys?
Peter Cook,
Peter Cole wants.
hold on,
Peter Cole wants to re-victimize.
Peter Cook, do you
re-victimize our sister by bringing her on here and exposing her? Look, Peter Cole, yeah, what we'll do here, we'll go on
We'll take
the legal step. Because if you want the victim to come on here, what will you tell the victim if they come on here? That the victim is lying, that you did not rape her, a minor? Is that what you tell the victim to come in and lie? I think we just take a legal. For me, let's just take a legal approach and let's take the thing to the law.
Mr. Garley.
Mr. Cook, I want to ask you one question. Do you know this lady Koye, the lady on there now? Do you know her?
It's been so many years. I've never seen the picture. I didn't make her up. Like I told you,
you just saw Kevin and you knew Kevin. You read that, you said, yeah, you know Kevin.
You said three brothers. You said three brothers and two sisters. They were all in Cape Mount in 1990. You said three brothers and two sisters.
Listen to me. The lady just came on. I saw her face. She didn't even call her name. Then you all asked me. I don't know her. Listen, I told you.
You didn't know me. I called my name and you said you did not know me. Be corrected. Stand to be corrected. Okay. I called my name and asked you if you knew me, and you said no, you don't.
Okay, no, because
and I asked you whether you knew me, and you said you don't.
All right, let me just say this to this.
So you know her now, right? You know her now, Mr. Pete, right?
If she were one of the sisters there, then I know her.
Okay,
yeah,
hold on, hold on, right there. Mr. Cook, hold on, right there. Hold on, right there. Mr. Cook, please hold on 1 minute.
Okay.
Well, yeah, how old was your sister in 1990?
Yeah. We'll go to human rights. That's what you want.
Koye, how old was your sister in 1990?
She was about 15, going on 60 or something like that. She was a teenager around our age, out of 14, 15, something like that. We don't share the same mother, we share the same
mother. Mr. Cook, you said Mr. Cook, you said the lady was 19 years old, according to your story. That's what she told you. Now, the law all over the world. The fact she told you that she was 19 years old.
Wait, let ASHFORD talk.
Now, Mr. Cook, the fact that she told you that she was 19 years old, come to find out, she was telling story or Kevin her age, does that mean that you're right to do what you did? So when they investigate her and they found out that she was actually 15 and a half or 16 years old,
it was voluntary.
She was 19 years old?
It was, yes, she told me she was 19 years old.
Let me what she told you. That's what she told you. If she brings documentation to state that she was 15 and a half, 16 years old, what will you then say? Will you say,
all right,
that's why she told me she was 19 years old? Is that what you stand by?
All right, let me just say this to you. If she will bring documentation, as a matter of fact, all these guys that are all here, let me just tell you something. They fake that. I don't know about them. I don't know how they fake their one name they got here. But Sarah faked her. She lied, changed her entire identity. She came in this country with a different name that was not a name she was used to.
Listen. That is the reason why. That's the reason why.
Why you want to try to fake it to you? You put that before.
You know that?
Listen.
You're not deported in the 80s?
Listen, gentlemen. Mr. Cole, do you know that the name that Sarah came with, the name Zidi was her grandfather? Do you know that?
Zidi granddaughter.
Zidi was her grandfather. Do you know that?
You bring your grandchild here, then what you want to say? That the man brought a granddaughter. What you want to say?
Her grandfather
you are deported from America.
Let me tell you this.
Like the 80s?
Hold on 1 minute. Let me just say this.
And now you see why we're not going to allow her to come here, because Peter Cole will re-victimize her. And he's trying to re-victimize her now and intimidate her and bully her. But I mean, I'm done with this thing. I said we'll take the legal approach, and Peter Cole will answer if you think having a sexual relationship with a minor and threatening her in a war situation where she's surviving her life, if it's a legitimate cause for him to come here and try to malign her character and you're talking about she came here changing her name. You don't even know her story. Then you want to re-victimize her? It's a shame. And you should be ashamed of yourself.
Okay.
He just saw story.
Her grandfather a call on name. And you want to re-victimize her? Is that your excuse?
What I'm trying to tell you is
how old were you at the time you
Mr.
the
grandfather, and he sent for his granddaughter. So when she was Sarah Dwyer back in Liberia, she came as a Zidi because her grandfather sent for her. Something that is normal.
Perfect.
And you said she completed disguise herself. That's what
let me just say this to you. I give all of these guys that are here, I give them the authority, and if they don't do it, I will do it. I'm contemplating on doing legal action, but I will give them the chance to take legal action. And I will take legal action for defamation of character. I'm not going to say anything again. And if they do not take legal action, I will take legal action for defamation of character, and they all will be brought there. And I will know.
I sure, man. I'm too pissed off, man. I called me off, man. I'm leaving, man. I'm pissed off right now.
Because you refuse to bring Sarah. If you refuse to bring her, I cannot discuss this further. No, and I have your tape. I have you recorded what you said to me. That she told them that she was not coming on because they are lying on her. I have that recording.
Mr. Cook, you didn't say it was a lie that you never had a relationship with Sarah. All you were saying is she told you she was 19 years old, correct?
You remember what you told me last night?
No, the question now is, you said she was 19 years old, correct? You didn't say you never had a relationship. You agreed last night that you'll have a child together. The child is that you spoke to your child 3 weeks ago, and the child is Ozoko.
But
correct?
Do you agree that you called me last night and told me Sarah told her brother she was not coming on because they lied on her? I never report. Do you agree that?
She was not coming on the show because she didn't want to be back. And Sarah also said that she worked with your baby mom. She wanted her brother to take care of the situation. That doesn't mean that.
What did you say? You said that she said to you that I never raped her. I have that recording.
Sarah said she was not coming on the show according to her brothers.
What did you tell me? What did you say?
I was not in Cape Mount when you and Sarah met.
You called me and you said that what she told you last night.
Mr. Cook,
you said it to me.
When you
said, let me finish. Excuse me. I don't want to talk together.
Sarah said you didn't rape her, correct?
Yes.
Okay, whether Sarah said whether or not you rape her, the documentation will show that how old she was then in Cape Mount Is she
That's
was
not the point.
according
The
to
point is, she told you last night she's not coming on your show.
I did not.
Let me finish. Let me finish.
She was not coming on the show. That's
yes.
About her brother and
yes.
the situation.
No. You told me that Sarah said that she's not coming on the show because her brothers didn't want her to come on the show to say that I rape her and I didn't rape her. So because of that, she's not coming on your show. You called me last night and told me I have it recorded.
Do you also know that based on what you did to Sarah, Sarah refused to identify with her son, according to Prince Dover?
Well, you great different. I cannot say anything again until Sarah is here, sir. I'm finished. I got that. All I got to say until we can do legal action.
Mr. Dover, please come in.
And just remember, I got what you recorded. What you said to me, Mr. You said that she said she was not coming on your show because they want her lying.
And that's what you relying on, and you want to accept that.
Mr. P, your action. Hold on, let me talk now, Mr. P.
Hold on, let me talk.
Your action in Cape Mount is, I mean, you have to come to terms with your own self, and you're talking about legal action and all that stuff. You called me and told me that the story my sister told me in Minnesota was not the right story. I said, okay, we got to meet so we can iron this thing out. The girl said to me that you, Cook, told her that if she don't go out with you, you're going to tell the people that she's a crime girl and they're going to kill her.
That's what he said.
That's why he said. And then when I got the info, you called me, and then you explained that the story was not fair. The story was not. It was not the true story. Let leave that be. Why is it that you abandoned Philip?
Let me say this, Mr. Garley, to you. I came on the show because of you, not because of these brothers and sisters that are making these false allegations. Okay. Let me say this. This thing is with Sarah. Mr. Garley, you called me last night. I want to say this, repeat this again. And I have it recorded. You told me, oh, Mr. Pete, you stand a better chance. I say, why? You say Sarah says she's not coming on the show because you didn't rape her and her brothers want her to come on the show to say that you rape her. So she's not coming on my show. So come on the show tomorrow. Let us come and say, you said it to me and you even said it to my daughter's mother. And when you said it, I recorded you. I have that recording when you told me that Sarah said she's not coming on your show because her brothers want her lie on me that I rape her and she didn't rape me. So I didn't rape her. So she's not coming on your show. You said that to me last night.
Your brother want her to lie on you?
Mr. Cook,
why they told you to divorce you?
Brothers said to me, and that's what I said to you last week, that she was not coming on the show. She didn't want to be back to the whole discussion. She wants her brother to handle it.
Okay.
Why they told you to divorce you?
When we go to court, her brothers will handle it. Mr. Gam, if you cannot bring her on your show, I cannot say anything again. Thank you very much. Okay. And I want to thank you all.
Why did you divorce you? Talk.
Feed your complete reproach.
If you cannot bring her on,
but you are here. You are advocate for rape victims.
Advocate for what?
Advocate for what?
You are devil.
Advocate for rapists. You slept with a 15-year-old girl. That's a statutory rape. If you don't know, you said
he used that as a yardstick. He used it as a yardstick.
And then you come here and lie here. You need to man up. You can't say for all the counties, and you telling somebody say, if I don't sleep with you, I'll tell the people that you are crying, girl, so the rebel will kill you.
That's what I told her. Not from what you do. Mr. Gilbert, can you bring Mr. Garley, I always call you Gilbert. Sorry, Mr. Garley.
Mr. Cook.
Please give me one chance, 1 second.
Mr. Cook.
Mr. Garley. Excuse me. No, excuse me. Excuse me, Mr. Garley.
Listen, Mr. Cook, listen. The other shows said what you allegedly did. We were fortunate to bring you on the show. You agree that you had sexual relations with Sarah. According to you, she was 19 years old.
Definitely,
this is left with you and the family to go through that. No. What I said to you last night was, Sarah said she was not coming on the show. Her brother would deal with the situation. But I want to go to the
That's not what you said to me.
I want to go to the court of public opinion. The people that are listening, they can call in now.
And what you said to me. Okay. You told me that she told you that She's not coming on the show because her brothers want her to lie on me. You
Mr.
told me that.
Mr. Advocate, if your advocacy is go after 15 and 16 years old and come and say that they told you that they were 19, you have abandoned the child according to the brothers and sisters, but yet you're saying you are still in the life of the child. Nobody is making up anything against you here. You agree that you have.
Let me be truthful with you. Why I brought this up, because I saw Peter myself spoke and he didn't solve that problem, and he's on Facebook talking about he's a human right and advocate for rape victims. I said, but why would this guy go and molest a little child? Come here and say you come talk about advocate. That's what I brought it up, Pete. That's what I brought it. That's why I brought it up. That you are in a sheep. You are two-faced men. You need
no
to
problem.
You cannot molest somebody 20 years ago, 30
you
years
are
ago.
making false statements. The statement you are making, why
would we get? Why you think you have to come and make claim again? Who are you? A rich man?
She's not a minor. Let her come on. I want her to come on. She's not a minor.
She's a victim of your action.
She told, okay, fine. She told Mr. GARLEY last night that she's not coming on, and he called me and told me because my brothers and sisters want her to lie on me.
Hold on. Please play the recording. Mr. Cook, please play the recording. I beg you.
No, I will play it at the appropriate time.
You need to play it now because you're lying on me. I simply told you that the lady does not want to talk because her brothers will take care of the situation. Now you're making a story. Please play the recording. I beg you.
At the appropriate time.
Mr. Cook, please play the recording.
You got him. He is a liar. I'm embarrassed. He met his true family connection years ago. He's a liar. I feel bad for him. He did the same thing to his wife.
You think I don't have a device to record? My ethic as a journalist, I don't record people known to them. It's unethical. Okay, I don't do that. If you claim that you have us on recording, please play the recording for the sake of these almost 400 people that are watching, so you can exonerate yourself. I beg you, Mr. Cole, please play the recording.
I don't know how to play AY on your show, but I can play it.
Let's go to the hello, caller. Yeah, we got somebody on the line. Hello, caller.
We can get off your show and send it to you.
Okay, Classic D, how you doing? Welcome to the show, my brother.
I'm fantastic and cuckoolastic. This matter is very serious. I don't want to ask.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
They ask us that you say because the answer you say. The family that don't you think that you are trying to get convinced? His job is to convince you to come. So this after business, it's not important.
Okay, yes, you're right, Kansas. It is not important. What I'm saying is, I welcome. Listen to me. I concur with you. The tip is not important. Well, what is important is for Sarah to come on and agree with what they are saying. If they cannot bring her on Class D, I cannot discuss it further. And if they do not bring her on, I'm contemplating on taking legal action against them. And they will know that I'm contemplating on taking legal action. So Class D, I do not want to go further. The tape is not important, but she told a lot of people that she lied on me. And I have witnesses.
Uncle
Pete,
Uncle Pete, I guess that. That's the only few minutes. Let me conclude.
Because I'm anticipating to take legal action. If they do not take legal action, I'm contemplating on taking legal action for defamation of character. So I will not go further. I will just listen to what they want to say now, but I will not take part again. And anybody can come on and talk. Because I have to clear my character.
Can I have Classic conclude, please, Mr. Pete?
Yeah, go ahead, Classic. Classic, go ahead.
I think yes, he's talking. He comes in the house.
Go ahead, Classic.
Paki, don't you think that all over the world, someone that don't rape is hard for him to come on camera? They are always anything. So it's not an excuse. Just that you're just looking at from the way. And two, my advice to people in the rape business, when you are rapist before, get your mouth in the year, what put and do it so you advocate this. People will come forward and
And classic, that's why brought me up. After this man raped my cousin, then he comes here and he can't talk about it. He's a human right or rape out of it and thing. So I said, well, why would this guy want to come and lie here to the people when he raped a little child back 20-something years ago?
Thank you, Classic. Thank you, Classic. We have Patient D. Slew on the line. Patient, hello. Welcome to the show.
Hey, ASHFORD.
Patient Slew.
How you doing?
Hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you loud and clear. Go ahead.
Okay. Uncle P is saying that I don't usually call people show, but this is interesting because we're all for aim against rape. Uncle P is saying during 1990 the girl was 19. How many Liberian men in Liberia actually ask a young girl how old is she? How many men growing up in Liberia, no men, how many older men ask a young girl for her age? The reason why Liberian men in Liberia don't ask young girls for their age is not like America because they are very strict on their age here. Okay? So not many men, especially during the war time, will meet a young girl and ask her how old is she? You know what I'm saying? So Uncle P, from the way you acting, you are a man who talk a lot. For the way you acting, just from your body language, I think you knew that girl was on her age. And you a lot of older guys in Liberia and people these young girls.
Look, all these guys are saying about me politically motivated. So it's politically motivated. I know where it started from, where it came about. That's what it's really from. So I don't have, like I say, I'm not
motivated. What does he mean by politically motivated?
What's the politics?
What do you mean by politically motivated?
Are you running for public office?
Exactly. Anybody trying to take an office from you? Pete, the thing is, we're crown children in Cape Mount seeking refuge, and you use that to our disadvantage and your advantage. I abused Sarah sexually. So don't even go there. And you're lying that you don't know me, but you know Calvin, and you interacted with me more than interacting with Calvin. So I'm not sure who you are anymore. You are complete wolf in sheep clothing. Don't do that. Do not do that. You need to accept your responsibility, admit that you are wrong. And you say you want to go legal way, go legal way. We will bring it down. We will bring it down. Nobody in front of you. We let you lose a while back. That's the mistake.
Mr. Gotti, can you ask Mr. P what politics got to do with his action?
Hold on. Mr.
Gotti?
Yes.
That because we were your family people. And because of the relationship that we have with them.
Hold on.
Excuse me. Let me make my final comment. I want to thank you for your show. I want to thank you for your show. I have been called and advised to leave your show. Excuse me. Are you listening to me?
Doesn't want to come. I'm here. I'm her sister. She's next to me. I was even 19 years old, so there's no way she could have been 19. I'm older than her. So you stay right here. You came after me. I didn't want you because I was out of a man or something. I was seeking refuge. Don't laugh. It's not funny. That's a laughter of guilt. Do not laugh. You abuse the situation. Threatening her that you call a rebel after you knew God.
Yeah, Mr. Cole, yeah.
I just want to tell you, I thank you for your show. I thank you for appearing on your show. I have been called by some other advocates telling me to leave your show, and I think I will call as I told you I wanted to leave your show. You all have refused to bring us to bring Sarah on. I will leave the show, and I'm contemplating on taking legal action to clear my image. All of them down there, they're doing it for political reasons. And I know the person whose show I went on, and this happened.
Give me the name of your advocacy group. Give me the name of your let me read them a letter.
Hold on, Koye.
Excuse me. I want to say my last story before I leave.
But just before you say your last thought, let us take a few calls. Let us take a few calls.
Okay. Okay. If you can't allow me to talk, I will not talk again. I will have to leave your show.
Go ahead and talk.
Okay, give me 2 minutes.
Go ahead and talk.
Okay.
Hello?
Hold on, gentlemen. Mr. Cook is talking.
Which one of us is talking about? I hear a lot of
No,
people
I'm
here.
talking to Mr. Cook, our guest. He's
Hello?
on the line now. Mr. Cook, our guest, he's the one I'm talking to. Go ahead, Mr. Cook.
I've decided to leave your show. I've been given calls by some other advocates for me to leave your show. And let me just say this. I know the person show I went on and all this started. I went on a show, I was advocating and I participated and I even spoke on that about that show in my nightgown. This is what brought all of this. And if like I said, this is politically motivated because of my advocacy. As the man from all the counties, I will always be Uncle Pete, the man from all the counties, the man who is of all the tribes. No one can stop that.
Mr. Cook,
I'm telling you, because of my image, I'm contemplating on taking legal action to clear for defamation of character. All of these guys that are on your show, they all join with their sister. They change their identity, everything, and they came in this country. I do not want to go further. Even Sarah, I will not call her name that she came in the country. I will not go further with that. But when I take legal action, all that will be known. So I want to thank you for your show. It looks like this is an all grand show. So yes, everybody on this show, they are from.
How you used to point out, how you used to threaten the crown people saying you're going to point that out. You see, yes, exhibited that on your show, Mr. Garley. Yes, exhibited that. What it got to do? What your action got to do with contract? What it got to do with politics?
Yeah, go ahead. Hold on, man. Hold on, hold on. Go ahead, Luis.
ASHFORD, thank you very much, and thank you for bringing the parties on the platform for some public discourse.
When you begged me to come on the show last night, that Grand G that been what talking about. When you begged me, ASHFORD, please give me the opportunity to talk. That Grand G that been what talking about. That Grand G that make it 1990 when Lake was 16 years old. You went and sexually molested her. That Grand G that business. Nonsense.
Let me say this.
Go ahead, Luis.
Right. I was in Liberia through all the war, and I know what people of both ethnic groups, the Mandingos, the Crown, went to. If Mr. Cole honestly told this lady that if she didn't give it up, he would tell the people that she's Crown or whatsoever. He never had the opportunity to ask for age. Let us be honest here. Looking at the situation, I ain't want to judge him, but he never ever had the opportunity to ask for age. The family know their sister more than him. If they say this girl was minor, she was minor. Whether she consented or not, as long as there's a law, the person come and ask you for whether she gave herself willingly, as long as she honors the legal age, is considered rape. Even if you marry a lady and she say no,
you just piss people off. Grand G that got to do the dance show. A Grand G that told you to go rape the guy.
Young women and took advantage of them. Even now, I'm one of those people that say if death penalty is not included in the present rape law, Liberian men will continue to do these things until we know that when we try it, we will die. Now he's sitting down there. He don't know the life that he has destroyed. He don't know that the trauma that this young lady has gone through. Even if you have a child at her, then she's not herself. She was not herself. She never.
Thank you, my brother.
To you.
Thank you, Luis.
Stay here and say that that's a crime and you're a criminal. I ain't judging you, but
Thank you.
should know that you're a criminal.
Thank you. Okay, we have 267. The last four digits of your number 7327. Please tell us your name.
Hello?
Hello, please tell us your name.
Hi, so this is Celia. How are you?
Is this how you call the number? 7327?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead. Tell us your name, please.
This is Celia calling.
Hey, Celia, how you doing? Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Two things. I just wanted to say something, a little bit of what is being said on the show. First of all, I want to thank you for bringing me on your platform. But for Mr. I think I know everybody's talking about rape because I've always been hearing in this past 2 days. But I think we should we should also invite the girl or the whoever
the victim to come and defend herself. I understand that, you know, when these things happen, family get upset, we all get upset. But the lady in question, she's of age right now. She should come and defend herself. I am not encouraging what Mr. Cooke did. I am not judging him, and I cannot find him guilty because I was not there. I don't know what went on. A lot of things went on during the war. So it is true that a lot of people got raped. But we all cannot be attacking him like how the brothers, the sisters, and everybody attacking him right now. I don't think it is right. We should give the lady also the opportunity to come on the show to tell us, to look in her victim, in her rapist or whoever he is, in his face and tell him, yes, you get it. This is what all we want to be. We want to be done in it, you know, for us to move forward. And I think for her to move forward, she has to look right in her face and say, yes, you did it. This is what you did. But everything right now is dead on hearsay. She said,
Sarah, Celia, listen, Celia, listen. Pete did not say that he never had relations with the lady. He said the lady was 19 years old in 1990. Now, the brothers are saying she was not 19 years, she was 16 years old. He never said he didn't have. He agreed that they even got a child together. Now the question is, was she 16 or 19 years old? Sarah, listen now. The man never said he never had sexual relation with the lady. The man even agreed that he spoke with his own son with this lady 3 weeks ago. Are you understanding? Are you understanding this?
Yeah, I'm following the show. I understand. Even this afternoon when you had the first trial, I follow it.
Okay.
But what I'm saying, the question we having now is whether he told the girl, if you don't give it up, I'm going to report you. And then also, if he did that, it's a risk. But then again, also had opportunity at that time because I came on a research on myself. I know everybody told that story. Why he's saying that she cheated on me? A lot of people cheat on me. Nobody care about cheating in this. It's not against.
The name cheating has nothing to do with whether or not he and the girl have a relationship together.
Right.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Hold on. 8599. Please tell us your name. Let me take 2 more callers, then you can come in, Kevin. 612 is the area code. 859. Tell us your name.
Hello.
Hello. Welcome to the show. Tell us your name.
Thank you, ASHFORD. My name is Marvin Gay, and I call from Minnesota.
Welcome to the show, Marvin.
Thank you very much. ASHFORD, just before I can say what I wanted to say, I just wanted to ask you one question, since you are the host, if you don't mind.
Marvin, go ahead and ask the question, sir.
Okay. What is it that you're trying to achieve today on the show?
Is that what you called to ask?
No. I wanted to make a contribution, but I also just wanted to know what is it that you were trying to achieve on the show. Then maybe that will inform the contribution that I want to make.
Make your contribution.
Can you
make your contribution?
Mr. P called me last night. ASHFORD, can I please come on your show? Because the CDC people are after me. Since you are the guy who does not belong to any party, I want to come on your show. They got my knee all over the place that I raped this young lady. This lady myself had a relationship in Liberia. He said to me the lady was 19 years old. The brothers got involved and they said, no, she was not 19. She was 16 years old. And according to him, the lady was 19. So he was going to come on here today to explain. Okay, he was going to come on here today to explain on the show about the age of the lady and what really transpired between he and the lady. Hello? Marvin?
Maybe Marvin called to know your intent of the show, that's all. Because he listened to the show and he come here, he asking us that down question. So
go ahead, Kevin.
I hope Marvin and what's her name, Celia, are still listening. And for some of them, it will be difficult for them to understand the magnitude of a rape victim.
Rape she want the victim to come on the show and show face Can you believe
Rape
that?
is as serious as killing someone and asking them to wake up from the bed and come and talk to you. I was not the one who was raped, but I was a part of the whole scenario that surrounded this whole process. Every time I see Pete, my blood boils. Because the situation I had was like a triple whammy. We're crying in child stealers territory. We're being hunted to kill. There was no food and no protection. And so some of us were even caught and tied to the point that we were almost killed. And if you threaten my sister, my younger sister at the time, to say, I will go to the head and gate and tell the people your tribe, that is enough to warrant your death. And so she would do anything to get out of that situation. The facts are there. Her age, the child, the time. Pete knows that. And we're not going to rest now that he has awakened this case. Some of us will not rest. We'll ensure that we prove it beyond all reasonable doubt. If it will require him being incarcerated or deported, he will be. We'll make sure we push it to the limit. So if you have questions that you think my sister can answer, send your questions directly to me, because I'm here and my younger sister is also here. We're all there in Kima.
Now,
I
Kevin,
volunteer myself for the show for that.
Now, Kevin, for the benefit of Pete's request that he wants the alleged victim herself to be on. She doesn't have to be on video, but if we can just hear from her that she was tempered with the wrong way, maybe perhaps would make Pete Cook feel happy. According to him, the lady was 19 years old and they had a perfect relationship.
We're not here to make Pete happy. Now, how can we be satisfying someone who destroyed another person's life? So it's not about happiness. If I have to produce my sister to face Pete, it should be in a court. I would like it to be in a court where we can have the legal justice system and we can prove through DNA evidence that this boy is his son, and we can bring all of the documentation to prove Sarah's age and prove what Pete's age was. If he prepared for that, I'm prepared to produce her, and she will say it in his face.
Prince William.
I'm not prepared to be. It's not a great thing to be reminded of this trauma.
I listen to people call on here and make statements that is very sad, because when you are talking about a victim, I don't know if they understand the effect that rape has on a person. You have your daughter or your baby, or 16 years old child or 15 years old child who have been victimized, and the child comes to you and you ask the child, what's going on with you? What happened? And the child tell you a story and say, this person raped me and they threaten if I talk, they're going to kill me. Who will you believe? And the person comes and say, oh, I didn't tell her like that. I didn't tell her like that. I had a consensual chat with a 16 years old child. Who will you believe? You believe the perpetrator, or you believe the victim when the victim is telling you their circumstance, what they went through? This thing here, listen, we are talking this because it was Peter Cole that came to you, right?
That's right.
When you heard this thing, did he call us? Because this is not the first time this case has been discussed. My brother is telling you now that the guitar, all of them knows about this thing. The only reason why people asking say, why you didn't bring your team on Everson? we are going to the whole family. Look, when you rape one person in a family, you rape the whole entire family. Okay? And you all know our culture and our society, how it is. The stigmatism, the taboo that comes along with those things.
No, but the thing here is, Prince, the thing
so
here...
If Peter Cole had this thing, and if he wanted it to be in a public forum and to be discussed as it is right now, he came to you. That's why it's been discussed. This is not a court for our sister to come on here and be re-victimized by Peter Cole, because he has victimized her. Not only has he victimized her by raping her, he victimized her by refusing to even take care of the child that came out of the rape. And today the child is a victim today, walking around today, and life is being destroyed. And Peter Cole has never been in this boy's life and never done nothing for this boy. The man he's now talking down to, that being sarcastic to Kevin, is Kevin that took care of this. It wasn't for Kevin. The boy, do you know the boy got sick one time? The boy was almost, you know, he got sick one time with fever. It was not for Kevin today. That baby would have been dead. And he want to stay on here and tell our sister to come so he can re-victimize her and can tell her in the face that what happened between she and him in the dark. That look, when a woman said no, no mean no. When a woman said her body is her body is her temple. When she say I don't want it, it's rape. What is your definition for rape? Sleeping with a 16-year-old girl, threatening her that because she can't tell her family. We already know. This thing took a left out of Sarah. So now, later on, we know that Sarah told all the story that she was threatened that why she didn't come out and blow a lamp. And under the circumstances. So,
Prince, are you guys angry now because Pete is out here advocating against rape? Is that why you guys are angry? Because I know the thing happened since 1999.
No, you yourself were here when this thing was being discussed. I didn't have no idea that my sister was being discussed. But when I heard Pete talking about Melanie, the character of my sister, and this is Pete, a mother that's Pete there for you. You know what he's trying to use now to intimidate my sister or status in America. Yes. The scene where he used our circumstances and the fear of our life running away from possibly being killed by rebel. That's the scene where now he want to use my sister coming to America as a way to silence her. Talking about you're coming, you're change your knee, you're coming with different identity. Look, Pete, you don't know our story. You don't know how we came here. What circumstances we came here with. You talking about you go to court because defamation of character. Defamation of character. You rape a 16-year-old girl. You talking about your character. It is not because we're not angry because of Pete is advocating for rape, and because it's a story that has never been told. We are using the occasion to empower our women then to come up. There should be a Me Too movement. So women should come out and be bold to say, Me Too our rape. And the people who rape me are the people who are sitting on now calling themselves advocates. This is not about advocacy. This is not about CDCN against CCP. I see a lot of people here that think that things are political thing. It's sad for people to come in and tell me it's a political thing. I care what damn about politics.
Koyed, where is Koyed? Koyed, Koyed, is she your... Okay, now, Koyed, Sarah is your younger sister. According to you, you interacted with Cook in Cape Man. As a matter of fact, he made advances towards you first, but you didn't accept his advances, and then he went on to your younger sister. According to him, your sister was 19 years old. Everything about the relationship was discussed, so he did not do anything wrong in this situation. You were in Cape Man, according to you. Catherine were in Cape Man. We're about to call this a night now. Do you have anything else to say just before we conclude tonight? Maybe after we can go to Prince Double and then call it a night.
Yes, Ashford, it's just plain and simple. I don't think me or any of my siblings will have a genuine or authentic reason to want to smear the character of Pico, especially as it relates to him not being, wrong or guilty in this instance. We've dealt with people on so many levels, and I'm sure that people that we've interacted with in the past will vouch for our characters. And by saying that, I mean that when we were in Cape Mount, at a certain point in time, my sister was sick. She may have stepped on something, or our slippers got busted and stuff like that, and a rock went in her feet, the side of her leg. So she on her foot, and so she couldn't walk. Her leg was, her ankle was swollen, so she was on the farm in the house, and we used to go weed grass and stuff like that, drop birds, and we used to leave her sleeping. We'll come and check on her. During that time, it was that time that Pete Cook used to his advantage, because he used to come and go sell stuff, and where we were situated was midway to the marketplace. So he used that to his advantage. So he cannot say here tonight and insinuate that we're making up stories. Everybody wouldn't be saying lies about him. And the reason why I'm so angry is that he will look in our faces and deny it to the core. Who does that? Who does that? Look at Peter Cook. For the love of God, for the life of men, Peter Cook has a daughter. But this is his reputation from place to place. And all I want is that advocacy group information, because I'm ready to make contact with them, because our human rights advocate in Liberia anyway. That was my part-time job. So I will definitely make contact with all of those people that I know. I just met a couple of people in persons yesterday. I will make contact with all of those groups. We can go after Pico and he can come after us. So we see who will be the victim. So I just need the name of his advocacy group so we can forge this.
Okay. Mr. Prince Dobbert. Prince, just before you go on, I think we'll have Mr. Alex Jones on the line. Alex, hello.
Yeah, thank you, ASHFORD. And again, a very good job to you, and again, for bringing this and exposing it. And the family, my deepest heartfelt apologies to drag you guys in this stuff. This guy is a scum of the earth, okay? To use that kind of situation, I was in Monrovia in 1990 as a teenager. And these were the things that was going on. For anyone to deny it or to say they didn't happen, the first and foremost, these people were seeking refuge. And we know what happened during that time in terms of how fearful people were, how people would just kill people needlessly. To come on the show and start to defend his action and character, he's the worst person I ever seen. He has no excuse because, number one, he was 42 years old. The girl was 19 years old. She was seeking, refuge under duress. Have a relationship with a 19-year-old. So in a way, you caught this thing, all right? This guy, those are the people in Liberia for which made our country, is making this country what it is today. Because he wouldn't even take any responsibility. Okay? He wants to blame everybody for everything. Well, everybody knows in Liberia, that's what the Truth and Reconciliation. There were people who killed people, did things. At least apologize for your wrongdoing. Say, I'm sorry. But to come here and threaten legal action, this guy should go to jail. So again, I just wanted to contribute that, because regardless of the tribe, regardless of the party, we need to stop this thing about when wrong is committed.
And this has nothing to do with party or tribe. This is an innocent young lady that was allegedly victimized. She has a son.
Like, he admitted
and he admitted that he has a son. He's according to he spoke to the son 3 weeks ago. Thank you, Alex. Thank you, my brother.
Thank you very much.
All right.
Thank you, sir.
Moses on the line from Arizona. Moses, hello.
Thank you, Mr. Garley. I don't know what to say, but I want to start off by saying to you, just before I speak with the family here, I want to say to you, thank you. Thank you so much. It takes somebody with good heart to talk about these kind of things, to expose it to the public. Just welcoming this conversation on your platform. You could have chosen not to do it. I know some people who have chosen not to talk about these kind of situations on the platform. They say because it is too political, and they know the people.
I'm up. I usually don't do shows on Saturday. He begged me. He said, ASHFORD, I need to clear my name. Please bring me on your show. I don't do shows on Saturdays. And for him to come in and make it seem like, wait, that tribal thing or political thing, it's just shocking,
Exactly. And so I want to say thank you. Thank you so much. I think we should first start off from there. Second of all, I want to say thanks to the family for taking up the courage. I don't know how long it has been, but for me, it doesn't matter because I work with people. I see people who are victims. And as I was listening to Prince, people think this is a joking thing. I've listened to Prince on Facebook for almost 1 year, you know, and I know his tone of voice when he's talking politics or whatever, but for his tone of voice, I know and I feel that this is not only personal, but he needs accountability. And I feel that this family needs some, I don't care how long it has been, like I said, but they need some kind of acceptance, reconciliation, but it must be done in a way that it is the right way to do it. So I want to say thanks to the family. The family has done the right thing to come out and to speak out. It takes courage. It takes courage to come and expose this kind of information. I want to encourage everybody that is listening here today, regardless of your age, regardless of your achievement or your status today, please, if you've been through anything and you know the perpetrator, you know people that have done you wrong, come out and speak out. Look for these kind of platforms. Look for people. Let them give you the opportunity to tell your story and call these victims' name out. This is the way forward. This is how we can move forward. Let's hold people accountable for what they have done, especially when it comes to things like rape, abuse, sexual violation, molestation, and other things. Don't continue to live like that by yourself. Bring your family members on. Even if you can't appear, get a family member on. Let them talk your story so that we can know. Let us hear names. Let us attach phrases to these names. Thank you so much, guys, and we'll continue to support you guys and continue to support this show. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I want to go to Prince Double now, and then we can call this a night. Prince Double.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Garley. I brought this thing up. You saw me on a few shows about this because I actually spoke to my sister in Minnesota. So I was surprised when I saw Mr. Pico talking about rape. He's an advocate for rape, victim, and all that stuff. So I said, well, it's the same guy who did this to somebody, child, almost 30 years ago, and talking about, is he changed now or why? Is he repent and he's moving on? So that's what I brought the case on. I ain't got no political beef with Pico. I don't even know what part of political group Pico is in or what. So bringing this thing, talking about politics, this political movement, this is a tribal thing. And these are things that it did, that Pico actually proved tonight on the show, Mr. Guy. That he threatened people, if you don't let me sleep with you, I'm going to tell the rebel that you crying woman and they're going to kill you. And he need to put in rebel hair area. So he just proved it tonight on your show, talking about you're going to take legal action and this. People need to understand that what he did to Sarah was not right. And the little child is there. You need to get in the man's life and try to support the child or whatever. People lying to us tonight that he talked to Phil 2-3 weeks ago. You don't even know where Phil live. If I put pay on the line or day on the line now, they're going to tell you where Phil live in EW over there. So he come and lie here and say, you know where Phil live and all that kind of thing. So people need to stop these guys. You're the advocacy thing that people started here and this and that. We got to do it with our open heart and be fair to ourselves. People need to come and accept that what he did back then was wrong. And he talked about a child. Sarah told him that she was 19 years old. I said, God, you know, and I know in America here where we live, everywhere. If somebody go and tell me, and I go up there and see somebody says she's 18 or 19 or 20, and I go and have something to do with it again. When the police come in, I'm going to say, well, she can even show me your ID or show me some fake ID. The police still going to hold me because I'm the adult. I'm supposed to have my mind to do the proper talking and know how. If this girl is telling me the truth or she's lying to me. So people need to know that Sarah was not 19 at that time. You know me, ASHFORD from Jalastan. I was 18 years old, 1990. I older than Sarah. So how can Sarah be 19? If people need to stop those kind of things and be fair to himself. So thank you very much for the show. The problem here is that they think him out because people profess to be some kind of or advocate, and he's in this or dying. He's feeding all these women pain and all this stuff. Why he did something wrong to somebody that he cannot even accept. And it was a shame for him to come here and call his own child or Zuko. Can you imagine some father calling their own child Zuko? If you're in a child leg, you're going to be in the street for you to call him that Zuko. So thank you, Mr. Guy.
Thank you. Kevin Doy.
Yes, sir. ASHFORD. I thank you for the show. And I want to thank all of our contributors. It had to be a day of reckoning for peace. No matter how long it takes, we're going to bend towards justice. And so tonight is peace night. You should stop making around here like he's an advocate. He has a long track record of being dishonest. And I didn't want to go more personal with Pete. I wanted us to deal with the issue at stake. My sister's life was messed up because of him. He didn't help the little child, and the little child today is a problem to the rest of the family. And Pete is not helping yet. Okay? I had to leave from here to go to Moruga. It was because of that that I visited Moruga Central Prison for the first time in my life to get him out. And I did. I cried like a baby when I went and saw that child and how he was. He has never been there. He never helped. But he continued to intimidate my sister every chance or opportunity he has. Now, that's one of the other intimidation tactics that he's employing. He thinks that he can spread it to every one of us. That's why he just did the wrong there.
Prince Williams.
ASHFORD, thank you very much, and thanks to the Bridge Radio family. And to all those who are listening, we are not here today as a family because we came here to re-victimize our sister. Our sister is not a victim anymore. She's a survivor. Today, she's doing well. She's thriving. She crawled her way out of this victim of this circumstance, and she's a beautiful young woman that is doing well and established. She's married. She has a family. She has a daughter she protects. So we are not here to re-victimize her. The only reason we're here because Cook invited us here. And we were hoping the opportunity, we could take that opportunity and make amends, and take that opportunity and also bring a closure to our sister. But he's not, instead he's doing it, he's using the same tactic he used on our sister and threatening her and so he can victimize her. The same tactic he wants to bring up here today. So I want to thank you so much, and I want to say to all those who have been raped in the past, and you are seeing the perpetrator today walking around and pretending to be good people, we are saying this is your opportunity, and this is a Me Too movement for you to come on and don't be a victim, be a survivor. We are not here as a victim, as a family. We are a family who's striving and survive all of the circumstances, and we are doing great. We only want Pete to know that there is no statute of limitation in rape, and he, as a perpetrator, he must be able to face justice as it requires to be able to find a solution to break the tradition, the impunity, and the rape epidemic that is in our country. Thank you very much, and God bless you all, and thank you very much for everything. We thank for all your support. Those of you who are supporting us, those of you who know our story and believe our story, we thank you. Those of you who have doubt, those of you who taking this to be a politics, it is not about politics. It's about the epidemic of rape and it's a solution to solve the problem of rape in our country. God bless you all. And our sister is a survivor. Leave here today and know that she's a survivor. She's not a victim anymore. And she will not be re-victimized. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Prince. And thank you, Calvin. And Mr. Double, want to say a big thank you as always and for taking up time of your busy schedule.
All right, thank you.
Monday afternoon, Monday night, we're going to play host of our senatorial aspirant of Nema County, Mrs. Edith Guntleed. She will be our special guest on Monday night. Tuesday, Sam P. Jackson. The war on rape continues. Said no to rape. Leave our sisters, our little girls alone. And that's all the time we have to be with you. A big thank you to all of you for taking up time of your business schedule just to form part of the show tonight. Until Monday. Please allow me to borrow the words of the wise men as always. Tough times don't last, tough people do. The height of a man is never known until he rises. And there's no second chance to make that first impression. Don't see okra and swallow bone because you can't hide your nakedness from bathing pocket. It feels great to be back. We're off for a few days, but thank God we're back. You can only slow us down, but you can't kill the drain. The medicine of the microphone, the golden voice of Liberia. Yours truly. Zebon Puranaje, Corno Chechi, Dania Passaway. Ash for the Giant Garland. Have a good night.